SOW, like I said, kind of improved every week last season, so very curious to find out how they develop this year. Players are ready, and it's game time, baby. Connex 5 bringing the last matchup of the day, week 2 here. Got a 4v4 matchup between SAS and SOW, old school map on Tempest. Ooh, jumping over that goo. You want to talk about old school. Learning not to run over the big green blobs. Oh, big flak from Snatch. And of course, those jump boots down there are going to be so key. We do have this vest popping right now. Looks like Slay grabbed it. We'll go on board with Slay. We do have about 25 seconds until that shield belt spawns. And of course, the belt being that big curved ramp room. One of probably the more defensible rooms of any power-up really actively played on any map right now. Very, very defensible room, but also out of the way of everything else. So it's one of those rooms where, not unlike the shield belt on focus, well, you really have to determine, you know, kind of how much effort you want to have, or you want to put towards holding it off. Slay looks like he's going to be holding that 100 armor consistently. Wolverine's got that belt in him. Wolverine, typically one of the key power-up runners for SAS, so wouldn't be surprised to see him spend most of his time defending this room. You're going to have enemy spawners come through that room a lot, so you can play kind of a sweeping role there, holding them obviously off of that belt, and as you can see, coming down to help with that shock rifle and amp support. He does have jump boots, so that'll allow him to run through, grab that damage amp. Does have some enemies in front of him, but they're going to push him away. So there's a lot of tight corridors in this map, kind of old school in that way. Lots of separate areas with little corridors connecting them, which means you have to be careful. Things like link spam, things like rocket spam on your teammates. You know, sometimes you kill your teammate that has amp. It just happens sometimes. Yeah, rocket, link, things like that. Spamming down corridors. You have to be very careful about just turning a corner and eating damage. Turning that corner, speaking of which, Slay eats some damage right there, and what we're seeing right now, look at this discrepancy in armor. SOW did grab that 50 briefly, but you can see SAS at one point had 3 people with over 40, you know, 50 plus armor. That just gives you such an advantage, not even talking about things like weapon control and ammo management, things like that. Just having that extra armor, being able to take that one extra shot, you know, obviously can get you, a win in a single fight and multiply that over the entirety of a match, and that's really where you see the difference is made a lot of times. Amp is up. Now this is one of those amps, you can see it's up in this rafter. You need jump boots. You can piston up there, but it's not very easy. It's not even as easy as some of the other maps we've seen where if you don't have boots you can piston up there, but you absolutely want jump boots in order to grab that amp. So this is one of the amps that gets delayed the most out of all the maps because of how difficult it is to get to. So keep an eye on that. Sometimes it throws off timing. Sometimes we see one team completely lose the cycle of the amp. The other team just gets free amps the whole rest of the map. As it is, looks like Snatch on a rampage. We're going to stick with him. Got a bit of a gap. We have 100 armor spawning soon, but Slay's going to be in that room, which is pretty much his domain. Actually, Snatch going to help him out and end up grabbing it, but take a quick look at the scoreboard. Amp time completely in SAS's control. They've had the boot control, and that's what that means. Like controlling the boots in this map, it's almost like a sub-objective. Like it becomes your access to the amp. And of course, belt's been contested actually pretty hotly, but 100 armor's going completely to SAS. So Slay's mostly been holding that 100 armor. We've seen Snatch give him some support, kind of roaming around. What I'm seeing from SAS is they mostly like to hold that back section of that map. Let me see how I can get over to the amp to give you an overview, but you basically got, and there you go, see Frag M now grabbing that amp, gonna go on a run of his own. Not a lot of health, he's gonna drop it and maybe let his teammates pick it up. There we go, Wolverine's gonna grab it. But you see that 100 armor across over that corridor over to this shield belt room, and Amp kind of in between the two. That's really been where I've seen a lot of SAS players hanging out. There's a little bit of, I don't know, not dead space in this map, but a little bit of less important space since they took Keg out of the map. So the original version of this map, in the UT99 demo, actually had a Keg down below the overlook into the next room. That Keg's gone, which makes that area a little bit less control, or a little bit less desirable. So it ends up being largely a spawn area room. So that kind of focuses the actual fighting and control across to the other side of the map. Wolverine right now, you see holding that shield belt room, primarily going to be his responsibility. So right where he is right there, underneath where that flat cannon is, that used to be a Keg. So totally changes the way that you think about this room. Instead, it's just basically a health pit. $10 seconds, gonna head over to Amp and see if anyone is ready to pick it up. So far, you've seen pretty quick grabs by SAS. They've been controlling the jump boots, which really allow them to snatch it up right as it spawns. We've got fights over it right now. And the 2v1 actually snatched, but he's fighting people who are coming off the spawn, so he has to run away, but he actually gets one kill, maybe defends himself against the other. And nobody gonna grab this Amp just yet. We'll head over to the jump boots that spawn in 10 seconds and see if anyone's in position for that. It looks like Snatch is above it. Wouldn't be shocked to see him take a peek and maybe grab those. So he didn't know they were about to spawn, so it's actually kind of an interesting scenario here. Slay saw them from across the map at his 100 armor place. Now he's going to be able to grab the Amp with those boots. Instant kill on Memphis, and he's going to just be looking for targets now. He already had extra health and armor. It's actually kind of an ideal scenario for SAS. Ooh, Memphis gets him from behind with the rockets. So SOW with finally an opportunity to do some damage with an Amp. He throws a sniper rifle to his teammate. And you can see pretty much nothing but health in this room. No enemies really to target. Nice slide move back through there, cutting back through the area. He knows at the very least Wolverine's going to be coming back to this room. It's such an important control room that no SAS is going to be sending resources there. But instead, they actually steal a belt away. So interesting. Looks like SAS may be a little bit out of position there to grab that belt. So Amp and belt going to SOW for at least a little while. And while the score looking very lopsided at this point, for SOW, you might look at that little bit of time when they were able to take back this belt. And you kind of look for things that you can build on, like times when you were able to get yourself an advantage. And right now, they've got a little bit of control on this map right now. Now, there's just about the halfway point. Still down by 38, so a pretty big deficit. But they've built themselves into a bit of an advantage. So, again, you go back and you look at the replay and look for things you can, positives you can take away and learn from it. Might be one right now, the last couple minutes in this one. As it is, about 10 seconds till both major power-ups spawn. We've got jump boots right here. Oh, he goes down. Snatch might go scoop those up. If he does grab those boots and the Amp, but he goes down. So Senator with the kill. Senator's now going to have the Amp and a sniper rifle. A chance to do some damage. Wolverine's got belt. He's going to run away, looking for him to turn around the corner. Doesn't get the opportunity to take a shot. Ooh, and Snatch, the double kill with the flak. Gonna have a few more seconds on that Amp. Nothing really everyone that grabs the Amp pretty much is dying instantly, so we'll show the last few seconds of it, but mostly it's been a matter of pick up the Amp, die, repeat. See the shock primary shots. A lot of interesting spawn points around this jump boot area. If you know where to look, you can get a lot of easy kills there. 15 seconds till belt spawns. Wolverine's probably going to head back over to that area. So we'll watch him and see what it looks like from his perspective. SOW's been challenging it a little bit more the last couple minutes. But it looks like they've got two players in there now. Ooh, and Wolverine just finding spawners, getting those free kills, giving it up to Frag him. You can see SAS actually with a deficit with the shield belts, but not really going to matter given the extra Amp time. And indeed, extra fragging power. I mean, you can see that damage output significantly higher. Slay now on a rampage. Frag him. with this amp in his hands, and it looks like SAS has wrested back control of this map. SOW had a few minutes there where they really put up a good fight, and I'm not saying that to be patronizing in any way. That's legitimate, you know, likely they're going to lose this map, but you try to come away with some positives, you try to learn and pick maybe little moments, little periods of time in a match where you go, okay, right there we did some good, we did something we can learn, we did something we can build off of. And there was a few minutes there where SOW was doing some good things here, knocking SAS out of the shield belt room, knocking them off the amp, or at least taking it off of them after they took it. But right now it does look like SAS back in control, and what we've seen from SAS in the past is even when they've let their opponents hang around in matches, even when they've had close matches for the first half, even sometimes first 3/4 of a game, they just have the ability to turn it on. We've seen 5-10 frag games turn into 50 frag games, which is huge explosions of points from them. They definitely have the ability to just turn on you so fast and turn that control and churn out points. And that's really what sets them apart from most other teams, is that ability to not just take control of a map, but to turn that into points, right? We've seen some teams that figure out how to take control of maps from others, and they only get a few points out of it. It's pretty much an even game. You really have to build on that advantage. But in any case, we do have amp spawning soon. We'll see if anyone's in position for it. It's like a double kill, multi-kill for Wolverine. Down below us, trying to make room. Rocket's coming up. Nobody in position for this amp just yet. We're going to follow Frag M for a bit. He's pretty weak. Looks like Snatch was able to grab it. Yep, with the jump boots. So Snatch, he's kind of been doing more of a roaming role. He's kind of been around amp, a little bit helping out with the 100 armor area. So he's been a little bit more active around that jump boot area. I think that's why you're seeing him grab a lot of these amps. He just tends to be more naturally in position to grab those boots. See Slay mostly holding this 100 armor area, perhaps helping out to his left around this corner. Of course, Wolverine largely holding... Ooh, nice headshot by Memphis with the double kills there. So Memphis knocking him out of the shield belt room, but down to 10 HP. And that's where he needs that teammate support. Nice help, though, with the link gun. Gets that shot on Wolverine going back in, but he's got Wolverine and Frag M waiting for him up that ramp. With 5 seconds until that belt. They do have some pressure on them, so Memphis can hit a shot or two. They may be able to steal another belt. Ooh, misses it on Wolverine. Wolverine now with that extra 150 armor. Oh, and Slay, everyone comes out. So SAS knew they were being attacked. They all collapsed back onto there, and you see Slay rotating back. So he went from the 100 armor over to the belt to help out, and then right back to the 100 armor. He's really got a narrow range where his position, like his responsibilities are very focused on this map, let's put it that way. And I think that can help out a lot on a map that can potentially be complex like this one. Senator on a killing spree of his own, so a couple kills coming out from Senator. Oh, and another kill. He's not going to get credit for that one, but basically 4 kills in a row by Senator. SOW grabbing the amp as well. So this is another situation where SOW was able to break control, knock them off of it, and it looks like they're even being aggressive and getting some kills off of it. So as lopsided as the score is going to be, this is kind of the, you know, like I say, look at the 2 to 3 minute increments whenever something goes right for your team. Look to build off of that for the future. See them getting all up in their grill, putting a lot of pressure. 2 killing sprees simultaneously for SOW, so not something that happens a lot against SAS. Ooh, nice combo, but didn't get any damage off it. Wolverine up top, knows he's fighting weak players, pulls out that stinger, pushes him away. And you're looking at Slay over there with 61 armor, the only player in the game with any significant amount of armor, and that's when you get, that's that consistent armor. Whenever you're running around and you're picking up the 100 armors almost every time. Let's just see how many 100 armors Slay has. 16. He has 16 100 armors. So pretty consistently throughout the game, like playing that room, you're not necessarily going to get the most kills, but it allows you to be extremely efficient with your gameplay, putting out a lot of damage while taking, actually it doesn't matter if you take so much damage, but without dying, right? It's as much damage you can output without dying, so that any enemy that enters that room leaves damaged. And that really is an interesting position to play because you don't necessarily always end up at the top of the scoreboard. You can have a huge, huge impact on the outcome of the game. So amp is up. See if anyone has jump boots. Looks like Fragim does have boots. We're gonna run out of time here. Looks like he might go down. Yep, so no final amp grab, it looks like. We wind this one down, so this one gonna be all SAS in the end. Though, like I said, SOW definitely doing some things right a couple minutes at a time there. Definitely some things to build on. All right, so SAS taking map 1. Not a huge shocker there, probably. I mean, they're really one of the favorites to win this entire league. They barely finished in second place last season, 1 point away from being first. They're undefeated so far this season. Of course, only played one full match, but haven't dropped a map yet, I don't think so. Now they're going to be moving on to deck, which I think SAS is also going to be pretty... I mean, honestly, there's not going to be a map where SAS isn't going to be strong on. They're just that experienced. So another tall task ahead of SOW here, but you know, again, SOW throughout season 1 finished kind of, you know, middle of the package, which is good enough to keep them in the league. It got better and better as the season went on. They had a couple of moments last game against SAS, although they really weren't able to compete from a control standpoint consistently. But anything can happen whenever you're restarting the map. It looks like they're going to swap out Fragim for Echo. And it's been a little bit of an evolving scenario on this map in particular for SAS, figuring out who plays what and who grabs the power-up. Sometimes Wolverine likes to play controlling the jump boots and the belt, and often moves over to the amp with that, so he'll just be completely stacked. Sometimes though, Eiko will play the top deck area with a sniper, but then he'll end up dropping down and grabbing all those power-ups. So they're gonna have to communicate. You don't want two people to end up diving for that shield belt at the same time. That's how you end up in the drink. And anyone not familiar with this map, there is a massive slime pit in the bottom of it that will kill you. There you go. Hey, nice demonstration there. Kills you pretty much, I wouldn't say instantly, but not a place you want to be. You're going to see a lot of people falling down. A lot of people get shot down into there. If two players jump into each other, they might bonk heads and both fall down right into it. Not the best strategy. And the shield belt is very conveniently placed right above it on a tiny little platform, just daring you to dive down onto it. So you'll see lots and lots of battles in midair over that shield belt area, right over that pit. And some people will be eating some jello tonight, I'm sure. You know, one thing I don't have for my channel is a good goo/slime emoji. So I don't know if we have any slime emoticons, but you might want to check and get those ready to go, because I'm sure we're going to see some wacky slime kills this game. We always do on this map. It's not the only defining characteristic of the map by any means, but it's definitely one of the more unique ones. All right, here is your countdown. 3, 2, 1, and it's game time, baby. Connex 5. We are here on this last 4v4 map of the day. SAS versus SOW on deck. Another classic original here. Ooh, Slay with the nice snipe on Kane, falling down into that pit area. So what you're likely going to see from SAS, not unlike Tempest, very heavy emphasis on controlling those boots down low. That gives you much safer access to the shield belt. Again, hovering over that green pit. And from there, you can even jump up to the amp. All right, where Senator just jumped. So there's sort of like a diagonal climb of the power-ups in this map, where if you have the boots, you can really grab them quickly. Wolverine's going to be up top here. I think him and Eiko will likely be running the top. Let's head over to... And actually, he's trying to get himself established. SOW actually jumping out to a 63 lead, 63 lead here. However, both armors just now, the 100 and the shield belt, went to SAS, so they're going to use that to try to establish some control, I'm sure. And yep, already taking the lead right back. And you see these dual snipers up top. Pretty classic strategy. Ooh, almost hits the air rocket there. Wolverine jumping over for that amp. Doesn't have jump boots left, so he's going to have to try to run his way up top. Ooh, a nice shot. Multiple shots here. Everybody getting bunched up now for SOW. They do manage to get the kill there, so Memphis takes him out. Memphis very dangerous with that sniper run from these open maps. Oh, big combo by Senator taking out Eiko. Wolverine gets a double kill with the Link, so trading kills back and forth. Ultimately, Wolverine grabbing the amp right back and waiting for that belt, and you see the timing on it. All his, so it looks like that's going to be their strategy this time on this map, is basically let Wolverine run. He likes to grab, you see, boots, belt, and amp all in that kind of vertical diagonal alignment there. So one player can really control and assert their dominance over all of them. So I'm looking for a shock rifle. Only has a couple ammo for it. And right now, this is where SOW has to be careful. Many of them just respawn. Many of them don't have much health, armor, or weapons. And while it's only a 7 frag lead right now, this is the times when your entire team gets wiped, where it can turn into a, well, it can double, let's put it that way, in a hurry. It can really turn into a blowout. So we got boats power-up spawning soon. We'll back up a little bit. I'm sure Wolverine will be in the mix, but we'll give you kind of more of an overview. You see, you got boots down low. Boots are actually up. I'm surprised not to see anybody dive down for them, because you got boots right there. Shield belt will spawn right after that. Amp will spawn. And it looks like we've got Wolverine gets knocked off of the belt, but he does grab it and boots. We do see SOW able to grab that amp. Eiko, though, with a double kill with a combo right over it, and that's the danger whenever you group up like that. Snatch getting that sniper across the map. Yeah, you can really restrict enemy movement whenever you've got snipers up top like that. Looks like Snatch is going to be playing the top primarily. Wolverine with the amp in his hands, about 10 seconds left on it. Slade dominating, just being... Has he died yet? This does Slade 15 and... Oh, well, there you go. Caster's Curse. Slade dies right as we notice it, but still, starting off the map 15-0. Obviously a great start for Slade. Oh, and Wolverine ends his own spree with the fall damage. I expected us to see some wacky goo kills, but so far, none of that, but definitely some gravity discovering funhouse antics so far. Shield belt will be spawning soon. We'll give you a view of what it looks like when people are fighting over it. Wolverine's going to be right on top of it, and so far has been pretty much uncontested, so SOW not really able to throw anything down. You can see how dangerous that is. So if you can catch someone jumping for it, they hit them once, but if you just like throw some rockets or something down at it, even from across the map, you can sometimes get a kill, or at the very least negate the enemy advantage from it. Amp is up in 5 seconds. We're gonna head over to it. See people dropping down. You see, you can get there from below. You can use the jump boots. You can drop down from above. Many different ways to get to that amp. It's not a very safe amp to grab. It's hard to completely lock down. So anytime you grab it, you're going to be under duress. Ooh, the jump boot by Wolverine, trying to get on top of the boxes. I think ended up bonking his head, taking damage, but still survives long enough to get another shot off and get that kill. And you see the teammate call out there. His teammate said enemy at low shock, or enemy at whatever shock they call it. Turns around, had his crosshair trained right on him before he even saw him. It's all communication right there. Slay on yet another killing spree. We'll follow him for a bit. 20-3 right now. Highly efficient game. Eiko actually having some trouble, but his team firmly in the lead, so sometimes that's just a positional thing. You can really look at this for any team, no matter what the score is. your net is not necessarily the only defining factor in whether or not you're doing your job. Sometimes you're given the position where you're not going to get a ton of kills. All right, so we're following Slay, again, having an incredibly efficient game so far. Ooh, turning that corner, though, Flak in his face, and that is the advantage of having that extra armor. He can stand in there and be a little bit more aggressive. Doesn't have to worry about taking one shot. He can take one or two. Oh, nice, patient combo right there. Not only perfect placement of the shock ball, but the ability to hold off, take another couple steps, wait for it to catch up to his opponent, and then finish it off. We did see Aiko taking out the Amp Runner on the other side. He goes down by Senator. Who's going to have the Amp in their hands? Senator grabs it with a sniper rifle, so if he can get a couple more shots. Ooh, there's a big kill on a killing spree. Senator went on a killing spree last map as well, so showing us a little bit of something here. Still kind of struggling to keep up with SAS, but SOW, again, having some moments of, you know, positive. Ooh, nice shot by Aiko. We know what Aiko can do. We've definitely seen him do it for a while. And Slay on a rampage again. Cornering Aiko there. Amp was already expired though, so no pickup for them. I'm going to stick with Aiko for a minute just because I'm a little bit curious what his actual position is this round. I'm guessing Slay is playing the pit. We've seen Snatch up top, Fragim kind of helping up top, and then kind of roaming a little bit. Actually, no, Wolverine's been helping up top with Snatch, yeah. So maybe Fragim and ooh, maybe Fragim and Aiko are roaming together. Excuse me, Fragim's not in this game. Sorry, y'all. It's been a long day, all right? Fragim is taking the spectator position, which is actually very difficult sometimes. Sometimes watching the game literally is the most stressful position to play, if you will. Position to be in, certainly. Oh, nice there by Aiko. Turning around, cornering him. Wolverine took this amp. He may be throwing it here. Oh, but he drops it to his teammate who only has 26 health. Oh, and Wolverine kills himself on Senator. Actually, probably was a good move there. Both of them could have gone down, but instead everyone dies. Kane ends up with his hands with just an Enforcer. Or ended up with it in his hands, rather. He's got a sniper rifle. Gonna drop down on top. Actually has an enemy in his face. The turnaround gets the kill with that Amp Flak primary. Shield belt is up. Oh, it looks like Red's all over it. Gotta be careful there. A little bit of team damage almost knocked him off into the drink. I don't think we've seen a goof. I don't think we've seen a slime kill in the pit yet, have we? I amped it all up. I like hyped it up as this big thing to expect and to have fun with, and they're not giving it to us, are they? Anyway, we're just past the halfway point by about a minute or so. Looks like this one so far all SAS again. Nice headshot by Slay. And another one. Slay at 35 and 5. I mean, you look at this game, nothing really eye-popping on the scoreboard other than really Slay just absolutely crushing it. All right, both power-ups are going to be spawning soon here. Oh, the double kill ends up killing. So Snatch kills himself and Slay. Tough one there, then Slay gets headshot off the spawn. Wolverine does grab that amp. Wolverine, again, all over these power-ups. Looked like Slay actually went for a swim there, but managed to get out of the slime fast enough to survive. Wolverine, actually a pretty good job there of SOW avoiding the Amp Runner. Wolverine was weak, but did have a sniper rifle in his hand, so pretty dangerous. Managed to just not give him any shots, and that's a nice combo there. We've seen Wolverine throw combos down that goo hallway a couple of times. Very well placed. Very, very comfortable on this map, cutting the angles with those. But yeah, this map, it's actually surprisingly easy to avoid an Amp Runner. You might think, oh, it's wide open, it's just impossible. They're just going to sit in mid and snipe everything. But there's a lot of hallways, there's a lot of ways to break line of sight if you really want to. Wolverine, again, completely unharassed on that shield belt. I think that's one of the big keys SOW needs to work on in this map if they look at this match. They're letting those shield belts get grabbed completely untouched, and Wolverine has just been all over them. Let's take a look at the numbers for them. Yeah, Wolverine with 6 belts. A few of them going to SOW. They have been contesting them occasionally, but of course amps all over the place. And 1,400 armors for Slay, just owning that pit area. Look at that, 43 and 7, just dominating the pit. So Snatch gonna grab that amp, jumping down off his perch. The rare Snatch sighting out of his nest. And he actually picks up his own dropped amp and his own sniper rifle. That's convenient. Left himself a little care package there. Nice patient aim there. Senator gets the double kill. Ooh, just missing that shot across the map. Oh, and the headshot on Senator, just waiting for it. Knew exactly where he was going. Didn't even hesitate. Just wait, pull the trigger. That's the easiest shot you'll see all day when you can predict 3 or 4 seconds ahead like that. Let's go back over to Slay, who's having an absolutely monster game. The thing about working in the pit down there is all he's getting is 100 armors, right? He's not working with an amp. He's not working with the shield belt most of the time. He's not working with anything that is kind of like highlight reel worthy. It's just a constant brawl down there. You've got people spawning in, people trying to chase you down, take you out. You're fighting people that have a little bit of armor and a little bit of health all the time. You typically only have 1 or 2 weapons. It's a real dirty, messy place to work. But if you can get used to that, and you can get used to playing with, like, you know, with whatever weapons you have and with whatever health and armor you have, you can be an incredibly fruitful, you know, as you can see from his scores right now and how many points he's generating for his team. You have to be very comfortable with that pit area because it's so easy. You can see right there, almost rocketed himself in the face. And it's so easy to damage yourself in that area. You just have to be very familiar with it. And indeed, there's people where that's been their whole position, right? Like, there's people who, on this map, have only ever played the pit, and that's their world, right? It's the pit on deck, or at least the pit on deck. Obviously, we saw Slay playing, you know, different positions on the last map, but it's kind of a unique area. The double lifts, you're going to be fighting with and against jump boosts. And Slay right now really showing you how it's done. You know, given how, well, again, Caster's Curse, sending him right back down to the drink. Come on, chat. Can we do it one more time? No, he gets out. All right. Oh, there we go. Right back into the pit. The power of Twitch chat compels you to fall into the pit. So we're going to close this one out. We're going to give Slay a little bit of time just because of how much of a monster game he's having. And again, you know, we usually follow people who grab power-ups. We usually follow the people, you know, who are in the key positions. This isn't like a glamorous position to play. But again, he's going to put up a 50 spot, over 5,000 damage, 1,800 armor. It's just absolutely dominant. Mostly playing alone. He's had some support up top, but they haven't dropped another person in the pit very much. So really just a monster game here by Slay. So just gonna take this moment to watch and appreciate him working in what is often not such a glamorous position on this map. I cheated. That was also an excuse for me to drink some water on the side. But again, you see the persistence by Slay, controlling the lifts, back, you know, dodging off of walls. There's a lot that goes into playing the pit that doesn't show up in frag videos, so nice to see a big game by someone holding down the pit like that. It's not all sniping from up top and grabbing the amp and getting multi-kills. Doing Slay on another spree, goes down there, so we're gonna close this one out. No more amps, no more power-ups really spawning. Take a quick look at the scoreboard here. Senator actually coming up with a positive net. I mean, again, there were a couple of moments even in this game where SOW was able to wrest control away, able to do some good things, but SAS just too much for them. And look at Slay. 57 and 11, 5,700 damage. Close to a 6K bomb dropping on him, so just a huge game by Slay, but of course, SAS you know, one of the favorites to win this league. So going to be the favorites in pretty much every matchup. So both points going to them for the 4v4. We're going to see 2v2 coming up here in just a moment. Let's take a look at the bracket and see if we have the rosters defined for that yet. All right, so 2v2, yeah, looks like Aiko, Fragam, and WV, so any combination of those two for SAS. Pretty much the whole roster there for SOW. Sassmaster versus, yeah, we already looked at Sassmaster versus Slade duel number 1, Kane versus Snatch duel number 2. So I'm going to give you just one quick moment here. I'm going to run and take a quick break while they set the server up, and we'll be back here in just a moment. All right, we are back. Let's see what we got going on. Looks like the 2v2 is up. So we're going to start off with Focus. It's going to be Focus, Deck, and Codex. So new map, and old map. All right, who do we got playing? Looks like Wolverine and Aiko. So, SOW, is that pronounced Psy? If anyone in chat wants to let me know. I'm gonna make sure I get the pronunciation right for all of these names, of course. Up to 50 viewers today, not a bad start. Well, I say it's a start for me to the season. This is week 2, but I will be here with you every Sunday for the rest of this one. Got about 6 weeks left to go. We do have an Easter break on Easter weekend. So, you know, if people want to do stuff with their families or whatever. Go to church, hail Satan, I don't know, whatever you do. So Poseidon, is that what we're saying? Kind of like Poseidon, but just Posei. It's probably what Poseidon's like homies call him, right? Like when he rolls up to the frat party, they're like, "Yo, Posei, what's up, brother? Want to listen to some Sublime?" I really want to see now. Someone needs to draw Poseidon with a popped collar. I don't know why. This is where we're going with this, all right? We're like 6 hours into this cast. When you guys schedule your matches at 7 a.m. my time, you get Poseidon in a popped collar. There we go. Looks like Psy and Senator in here. So the problem fragging with Psy like that, it's really terrible speaking into a mic. That's what we call a plosive and a sibilant back to back. Yeah, I bet you didn't know I had a degree in sound design, did you? Unfortunately, I don't have a pop filter, so I will try not to just explode my mic with that. All right, players are ready. Here's the countdown, 3, 2, 1, and it's game time, baby. Connex 5 here. The last 2v2 of the day kicking off, SOW versus SAS. We are here on Focus. And back and forth, these teams totally brutal, starting things off. Some might even say metal. Just diving at each other, just a bloodbath over the shield belt area. Kind of interesting because the 100 armor spawns first. We still got 30 seconds till that belt spawns. Here we go, fighting over this area. Wolverine goes down, so no armor for anyone leading up to this belt spawn. We do have another 100 armor coming up. It'll be interesting to see if both teams... Oh, nice! Rockets there on Aiko, turning the corner, taking him out. You can really spam this room from a lot of angles. We've seen that in previous games. So even if you can't get in there to control it, you can try to get some kills from a distance, but both SOW players go down. Looks like belt's gonna go to Aiko. 100 armor will be up though, so SOW has a chance to get in position for that. No Aiko's gonna head over. Ooh, Rocket just clipped that corner. Might have been a dead-on hit otherwise. They've got Aiko in a bad situation actually. If they want to double up on him, they might be able to take him out, and there he goes. Nice rockets there. Good tactical flank catching him coming up that lift, so overall, not a bad trade there by SOW. SAS had control of the belt. Nice ambush there with the link. SOW taking the early lead here. We've seen this before by them, though. Doesn't necessarily mean that SAS is in trouble. And now Senator's got this amp. Senator's actually played very well in the 4v4 so far. In fact, he went on killing sprees in both maps. So despite being lopsided victories overall for SAS, Senator's been looking all right today. A couple of amp sniper rifle shots. Oh, another one clutch, takes him out. Probably dies if he doesn't hit that shot. Another shot, putting another kill on the board. You have to be careful here if you're SAS. You're gonna, you're tempted to just kind of keep filing into that room, thinking you have to control that belt. But if you're gonna just keep wandering in and giving them kill after kill, you don't want to do that. That said, Psy's over there with 6 HP. Has to be careful. That would be a free kill if anyone turns the corner and sees him. Ooh, flak around the corner. That's a dangerous spot to be. They do flank them, and they're doing a good job now, SOW, of double teaming. Oh, and there's a killing spree again by Senator. He's having a really impressive day already, regardless of the outcome of this match. Senator's been looking really solid, under control. It's not that he's been shooting any crazy shots. He hasn't been shooting 50% sniper or getting headshots left to right. Just playing a very consistent game. You see they're taking safe shots, trying to avoid giving free damage to his opponent. Very consistent. Ooh, kind of a classic style. Wolverine, though, sitting up top, kind of conceded that belt in order to grab the amp, gets the kill, and the other kill on the other side by Aiko, so SAS now coming storming back. Down by 6 early on, but still tons of time left in this one. Senator with the kill on Wolverine. There might be a couple of seconds left in that amp. Looks like there's about 5 seconds. Chance for maybe one more kill. There he goes. Close range sniper on Wolverine. Not an easy shot. Oh, we had him lined up, and Aiko with a wise dodge right there. Double damage there against his teammate. Does get the kill on Aiko, but goes down to Wolverine. And Wolverine seems to be doing really well just sweeping, using the finishing weapons like Link and Stinger. There's been so much brawling. This has actually been a really aggressive, brutal map. Like I said, it started off with a big brawl of a belt, and that's just maintained that way. It's been very, very intense so far. And so that does mean when you get into a game like that, sometimes sweeping around with Stinger, Link, even Enforcer pistol, can sometimes get you a lot of kills because no one's really going to be stacked up most of the time. Wolverine here is an exception with 122 armor. Already goes down to 61. If everyone's running around with 60 damage or with 60 damage already taken, and suddenly these finisher weapons become a lot more powerful, and you can see that right now. Oh, he takes a rocket from Psy, though. Damages himself, but does take him out. It's funny that they're waiting on this belt. There's 30 seconds left on the belt. 100 armor is actually up, as well as 50, and Amp is going to be up any second, so Eiko was back there waiting on the amp while they fought over the shield belt room. Kind of an interesting scenario. I wonder if SOW lost track of the power-ups. Senator takes him out, but Wolverine able to grab that amp off the ground, luckily, and convert that kill. Still a 7 frag lead for SOW, but SAS, oh, amped headshot. That'll do some damage. Side stuck down there. Rocket to the face for Wolverine. It's a nice job hanging in there. He was in a really tough scenario. Knew he was probably going to go down. Able to get the kill, and Wolverine answers right back with a full flak to the face. Staying within 7. It's been pretty steady the last couple minutes, so SAS keeping themselves within striking range. They just need to control like 1 or 2 sets of power-ups, and I think they have a chance to come back in this one. SOW's been doing a pretty good job, though, getting in position, and more to the point, not finding themselves in bad position. Oh, but Wolverine, Eiko both getting kills, and this is what SAS can do. They can rack up the kills, turn 1 kill into 2. Ooh, Wolverine, though, not seeing anything up. Belt's not for 15 more seconds. Belt and amp will spawn together. Eiko got the last amp, so he should know exactly when that's up. Oh, the mid-air goo by Psy, rather. Sorry, I'm working on it. Gets the kill, extends it back out to 6 frags, resets Wolverine. Belt is up. It's going to be a fight over it. Senator has it in his hands, but not much HP to back it up. Amp goes to Eiko again. And so what's happening right now a little bit is Wolverine, ooh, the double kill there by Wolverine after Eiko turns around the corner. Amp sniper shot. Within 5, there's another one. This is what I was looking for. When SAS can get a couple of power-ups in a row under their belt, they can really churn out kills. Down to only a 3 frag lead. Approaching the halfway point here. Another kill by Eiko. Eiko, oh, nice peek shot there by Eiko. Knew exactly where he was. I don't know if he was trying to go up there, if he was just looking to peek, but he got the shot off, made it count, and now, tough situation. SOW down by 1 now. Oh, excuse me, only up by 1 as Eiko kills himself. But both have low health, so they go down. 1 point lead. In danger of losing that lead any second. Yep, there it goes. And now a 1 frag lead for SAS, who have been storming back. Wolverine now on a killing spree. They have complete control of these power-ups. And now it's going to be up to SOS to prove something here. So we're about halfway through this one. We're tied up. You're essentially resetting the game. But control of all the power-ups is in SAS's hands. And this is one of the defining characteristics of a TDM team, going from kind of mid-level to improving beyond that, to breaking past that that stage, is figuring out how to come back. When you lose control of a map, what do you do? That's one of the hardest things to learn, to really take that next step as a team deathmatch team. So I'm very curious to see how SOS responds to it. And of course, let's not forget they're going to be playing against one of the most experienced teams in the world. Eiko once again with that amp in his hands. He's absolutely dominated the amp so far. Hasn't been a huge factor as far as getting kills, but you got to figure that's a scary thing that could come back to haunt you if you're SOW. You don't want to keep giving them access to that amp untouched. They've been doing a great job contesting this shield belt. Ooh, almost with the kill there. There you go, nice kill underneath the edge. So Senator with that amp shock rifle. Oh, look at the Wolverine peeking around the corner, waiting for the ambush. Thought he was going to turn the corner and ambush him with rockets. Didn't happen. So now 1 frag lead. Wolverine's got to be careful here. Ties it right back up. Eiko in the corner. Psy's going to turn around and try to ambush him. You got to be careful, though. You don't want to dive into a combo in this map. Such tight quarters underneath that sniper area. Link to link, Senator had the health advantage. 100 armor is up. He's in position. And this one tied right back up. We're going to stick with Senator since he's got 100 armor here and see if he can help his teammate out back in this corner. He actually does. So just by hitting those shock primaries, he was able to cut off Eiko and make it a 2-on-1 scenario. Got to be careful with that combo. Does a little bit of damage, kills his teammate, but also kills Wolverine. Ooh, unfortunately for him, though, Eiko is back behind him, grabbing those power-ups. And Eiko's been doing a great job of keeping timing of these power-ups, even amidst all the fighting. Back up to a lead for SOW, but Wolverine grabbed the 100, Eiko grabbed the shield belt. Tons more armor for SAS right now, and they're in position for this amp, and this could be where they really take control of this one. They tie it back up, jump boots in play, Wolverine grabs that amp, and you got to be very careful if you're SOW here. This is where SAS likes to really make games turn from close to out of hand. And they have all the power-ups in their control. They just want to churn out kills. Eiko getting 1 kill. Ooh, missing this shot there. That was a pretty easy shot. Manages to hit the follow-up up to a 2-frag lead. Nice job grabbing the 100 armor there. Does go down, but Wolverine down to 1 HP. And the health not there. If they can find him, they can take him down with a single Enforcer shot. Anything that touches Wolverine will kill him. And he's not going to be able to challenge this shield belt. Eiko, though, grabs the belt, so maybe a little bit of a lack of positioning there by SOW, because Wolverine was completely out of the play. It should have been 2v1 in that belt. Instead, Eiko able to steal it and get away. Does take some damage. But right now, SOW has the complete health advantage. They need to make the most of it. Smart move, though, coming out there. You see the Enforcers coming out. All he has to do is hit 1 shot. Can't do it yet. And Eiko gets the kill. So weak the whole time there and still surviving, getting kills off of it. And that was a big turnaround there. And now it's a 5-frag lead for SAS. Trying to pull away. There's still plenty of time left in this one, though. So SOW has to keep their composure and, again, try to find some way to wrest control back. I think one of the biggest differences of the last few minutes has been SAS has been controlling that 100 armor. They weren't getting that very consistently earlier on in this one. They've completely owned this amp, however, and that looks to be continuing here as Eiko just diving in with the shield, or excuse me, with the stinger, completely unafraid of going down, but they do take him out with that clutch sniper shot. Amp is still up. Nobody over there is going to be able to piss him up there because they're way too low health. Poseidon's only got 4 health. He's waiting for that health to spawn. He's going to dive into a combo. Senator's got 2v1. He's going to get hit. Wolverine up there with boots. Boots, so important. You see, they had control of the room and couldn't do anything with it. SAS just flies in there with those boots, grabs that amp, gets the kill, up to a 6-frag lead. Up to a 7-frag lead now. Senator with the kill on Wolverine, able to grab that amp himself, and if he can make something happen here, they can try to close this gap, but Eiko with another 100 armor, and the 100 armors in the second half of this map are really what's keeping SAS in front. Clutch shot right there by Senator. He had a flat cannon staring him in the face. If he misses that shot, he very well may go down. Belt spawns right now, so they have control of the belt. They need to try to make something happen with this amp next. They still have 40 seconds to go, so maybe they're going to circle around to that 100 armor. They've been losing control of that as well. Now they're in position where they can actually contest it. Actually, that's a good point now that I mention it. 100 armor area also containing those boots. That may be part of the reason why we've seen amps be so one-sided. Since they lost control of the 100 armor area, they also lost control of those boots. Nice ambush with the flat primary, big damage. He's diving straight at him. Interesting move going all in on Eiko. Daring Eiko to hit a sniper shot, but Eiko will typically oblige for that. The challenge he's up for most of the time. So interesting move. Senator going all in on Eiko. Eiko makes some pay. They trade kills, but that's not really going to benefit them. Wolverine taking out Senator, grabbing the 100 armor with the sniper, and that's a couple more kills. Amp going to Wolverine, and this could be their opportunity to put this one away. Ooh, Wolverine takes a shot there. Nice shot standing in, though, to get that kill. And another follow-up on Senator, and I hate to say it, but that might actually do it here. Up to a 13-frag lead, and you saw how fast that lead exploded. Again, this is exactly what SAS does. Sometimes it takes them a little while to get into that rhythm, but after a quick start, SOW have got their lead kind of whittled down. SAS just waited. They ended up, I think, controlling the 100 armor and the boots really is what made the biggest difference. At no point did SOW really challenge the amp. I mean, let's take a look at that. Yeah, 1 grab of the amp by SOW. 7 grabs by SAS. I think that's really your difference maker there. I mean, 8 to 5 belts, but really 16 to 600 armors. I think 100 armors and that belt and that boot area led to the amp control, which led to some of the fights over shield belt. And that's ultimately why we're seeing SAS run away with this one. So we're going to finish this one up. It looks like Wolverine depleting his resource. You must construct additional ammo. So ultimately this one, when you look at the scoreboard, not going to look like it was that close. Nice shot there by Wolverine. Really getting hot here. It's going to look like it was a bit of a, maybe not a blowout, but it looks like it was a bit one-sided. But this was a very, very back-and-forth match. The last 2 or 3 minutes really is where SAS kind of pulled away off the backs of those power-ups, like we said. And look at that, another 5-bomb. 5,180 damage by Senator, so... And Pasai really not doing badly himself either. So SOW really close to taking that one, I feel like, but just couldn't hang on, and credit SAS, again, one of the most experienced teams around. Not panicking when they were down early. They just kind of played their game. They shored up a couple positional issues they were having and just kind of grinded their way back in, and about 3/4 of the way through the map, they really took control and turned it on and just extended that lead towards the end. I mean, look at that. They almost won. They won by almost 50%, right? They won by 20 when their opponents had 45. This was a tie game with like 5 minutes to go. So again, credit SAS there, but SOW, I hate to keep saying it, but when they look back at this one, they can definitely look at that and gain some confidence, learn some things from it, because they did a lot right that game. All right, we are here on map 2 deck. Aiko looks like he's staying in. Wolverine might stay. Okay, it looks like Fragim's going to replace Wolverine. So they have a few different players that they kind of rotate in and out depending on the game type. And depending on the map, of course. Of course, we're going to see Slay and Snatch play their duels. So that leaves them with a few different players that can rotate in for 2v2. Not sure if SOW is going to change anything. Senator's staying in there. All right, so Memphis coming in, so that's probably not a bad move. Memphis, a very sniper-heavy, hit-scan-heavy player on an open map like this, especially 2v2, that can really come in handy. All right, here we go, and it's game time, baby. Connex 5 here. Aiko, maybe not ready? Looks like he's good. Okay, we're gonna play this one live. Memphis drawing first blood. We just saw SOW putting up a really nice fight against SAS for the first probably half of the game, maybe 3/4. Had a lead for a while, back and forth, and then SAS just turned it on. So definitely all credit to them. This is a map though where I think actually SOW with Memphis and Senator can be very dangerous. Now they're not playing against scrubs, right? Aiko and Fragim. I mean, SAS 1 point away from winning Season 1. Some of the favorites for Season 2 for good reason. But Senator and Memphis can definitely be scary on this map, and it's a map where you can't really deny hit scan entirely because there's 2 shocks, there's 2 snipers. Your opponents are going to have a long-range weapon most of the time. So it really benefits players like Senator and Memphis, and players like Aiko for that matter as well, who are very, very hit scan oriented. Fragim, I think, is a little bit more of a well-rounded player. We'll see if he tries to use that to his advantage, closing gaps, fighting over power-ups up close. If he wants to go back and kind of cycle through the 100 armor a lot, I think he'd be very comfortable in the pit area. And back-to-back snipers by Aiko. You see, even up close in the close quarters, not afraid to pull that out. The pressure from the enforcers, it's actually very, very difficult sometimes to hit those flat primaries when someone's chasing you down with an enforcer. So annoying. You see him with the finisher. Ooh, takes a sniper shot around the corner, so Senator in position. Try to take him out. Ooh, just missed that one. So Aiko able to dodge that sniper. I think actually standing still there benefited him. Sometimes someone standing still is the best way to dodge. But look, you're seeing right now, total power-up control by SAS. That's what really flipped the scoreboard last map, and so far that's making a big difference here. Oh, Aiko just saves himself there. Actually, Senator, I think, cratered. So fall damage there, taking him out. Senator gets the headshot revenge kill. But still a 13-4 lead for SAS, looking very strong early on here. Yeah, I mean, I think it's totally fair to give SOS a chance to come back on this one. It's only a 6 frag deficit. But that said, I mean, if Aiko comes alive here, he can really go nuts on this map. And right now, SAS's power-up control has looked much stronger than SOW's, and that could be their undoing here. See the goo coming out from Aiko, trying to get that bio rifle kill. Amp is up. Another killing spree by Senator. He has just been a killing spree machine today. He's gonna grab that belt. Amp is still up. Okay, looks like that gets grabbed by Memphis. Senator did go down despite having a ton of HP. And grabbing that, Frag him taking out 2 players with that link, so SOW looked like they were in good position to try to take hold of this map, but SAS turns them right back around. Still a 9 frag lead. See that Amp link gun doing 40 damage per hit, so difficult. Both SAS players over 100 health and with some armor. Oh, Senator killing Memphis. Not sure what he was seeing there. He shot a flak ball up top right where his teammate was. Not sure if that was miscommunication or what. You saw Frag him sniping up top there, and he ends up eating a flak ball from his teammate. Tough way to go out there. Frag him feeling himself a little bit with those moving combos. Oh, almost with the follow-up. He saw what he wanted there. Couldn't quite connect. Would have been a frag video kill. Doesn't get it. Oh, flaks himself in the face. See, now we're just cursing him. So things are holding relatively even. SAS still about 12 in front. And that 100 armor, though, going straight to frag him pretty much every time at this point. That's going to be a problem for SOW. They need to find a way to get into a rhythm to contest these power-ups right now. I feel like they're getting caught in one-on-one fights, but they're giving up all the power-ups. Amp is up now. See the fight over that. We'll back up a little bit. Frag him killing Senator. Got the jump boots. Aiko can jump down from up top. Frag him getting a double kill. Missing the jump off the wall. Aiko's probably going to go ahead and grab that one and grab the health. No health up. Oh, he eats a flak ball posthumously. So that Amp's going to be lying around on the ground. We'll see if anyone can get to it. Aiko, though, snatching that 100 armor, which has been in their control all game. You know, I thought that Amp would have dropped on the ground. The Amp might have dropped in the goo, in which case it would just be completely negated. And you see the piston by Aiko, opting to just control the power-up rather than trying to risk someone else stealing it while he waits for his teammate. Probably a call-out, too. That's usually something where you're going to converse with your teammate and be like, hey, are you in position to grab this? No? All right, let me grab it. Keep it away from the other team. And SAS now on the backs of that power-up control, really starting to run away with this one. So Aiko playing with lifts. What's the old video game? I think it was an Atari game or an arcade game called Elevator Action. Yeah, Aiko recreating that in UT right now. Bouncing around the middle of the map. We do have both power-ups spawning. Give you a back up view. Frag him grabbing boots and belt. We'll see if he heads over to Amp. It's spawning any second. He's right on top of it. Killing spree for Aiko. Having a great game so far. Ooh, Fragam misses the jump again. That's going to allow Aiko to take that again, so 2 amps in a row. Fragam has lost himself and had to give over to Aiko. But Aiko having a pretty good game so far. Again, we said if he comes alive on this map, he could really make a difference. And he is doing just that. Running around with this amp sniper rifle, just taking people out. back to back on a rampage. Oh, so tough, just not missing anything now. Eiko just insta-giving everyone. A huge run there for Eiko, really extending this lead. And we talked about it before, but if he needed more evidence, that's how quickly SAS can extend a lead when they know they have control of the map. Just forcing the issue, and it doesn't hurt. What is Eiko shooting right now? 42% sniper, that's pretty good. Anything above 40% is extremely efficient with the sniper. And the rocket juggle there just for good measure, just to show the diversity of his skill set. He's dominating, Fragm's on a killing spree, and SAS looking to run away with this one early on. Just about halfway through this one. But 44-9, not mathematically over, but you gotta think emotionally. SAS probably has this one in the bag as long as they don't make any massive mistakes at this point. Oh, the sliding headshot. Not an easy shot. So Amp to Eiko's got to be careful though. Only 46 damage, but manages to pop off a shot. Doesn't get the kill, but close range Flak is going to be backing up, putting a lot of pressure on him. Nice job escaping and not falling into the goo. Ooh. One interesting thing about this map, though, is when you're playing it on 2v2, looks like Hub is gonna restart. This could be a problem. Well, let's keep an eye on this score. And this could be an interesting situation here. I'm not sure what the admin ruling will be if this hub goes down. Anyway, we're looking at just about 6 minutes to go. It's looking pretty one-sided. We'll see what they decide to do. They may just play another few minutes if they have to come back up and restart. SOW, it's kind of their decision whether they want to concede or not. We'll see what happens. The hub certainly is up as of now. We're just about approaching the halfway point. You see that shield belt popping. Oh, Eiko into the drink. Eats his greens for dinner and manages to survive, though. He's going to be regular for a week after that one. And we are down. So there you go. About 5:35 to go. 51-13. Mark it down. We'll see what they decide to do on this one. And I'm gonna back up to the browser. So always fun, and that's kind of the risk you run, I guess, whenever you play matches on a hub that's not being run by the tournament. That said, I'm not sure why they would have rebooted that in the middle of the evening. Normally, you'd probably try to reboot your hubs in the slow period. It's pretty much peak time for them. Anyway, not my call. All I do is report the news. So. So there you have it. Hub reboot in the middle of the match. I'll let other folks deal with that. Well, while we sort out the rest of that, I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity to take just a quick bathroom break, maybe grab some water. Encourage you to do the same, maybe grab some more popcorn as we're going to finish this one off. And we'll be back in just a moment with the rest of this matchup. All right, it looks like we are going to go ahead and have just a concession there. So there's about 5 minutes to go. SAS with a big lead. SOW is just going to go ahead and concede the rest of that one just to keep things rolling. So, yeah, again, credit to SAS. I mean, I think some folks were predicting, SOW maybe had a chance to take deck, maybe even more than Focus. So kind of interesting. SOW doing better, I think, on SAS's map pick. So, a credit to them in that way, but it may start to make them rethink their strategy. I mean, I personally thought, Memphis and Cinder on a wide open hit scan heavy map would have an advantage, but I mean, they did better on a slower paced, more prediction heavy map. So, maybe you think about that. Maybe they look at how they've been practicing, look at how they've been playing, and reevaluate maybe what their strengths and weaknesses actually are, or maybe not. It's who am I to say? I'm just the reporter here, but. Definitely an interesting outcome there because SAS looking very dominant. Aiko went absolutely bonkers on deck. So I think we're going to move over then to the duel portion of this matchup. We'll head over to the website here. So it's going to be Sassmaster versus Slay will be our first duel, and then we'll have Kane versus Snatch. We'll keep an eye out for the server going up. Sorry, I was depriving you of the sweet, sweet UT99 soundtrack for a second there. So 2v2 done. We are down to the last two duels. Again, keeping an eye on the hubs here to see where they decide to start that one. Not sure if they're going to want to jump back onto Phoenix or not. Obviously, that hub rebooted on them. I see Kane getting warmed up for his duel, but that will be the second one against Snatch. Sassmaster versus Slay will be up front here, just looking for that hub. So SAS remains undefeated so far in this season. Of course, a long way to go still, but looking very good and overcoming some adversity there. SOW, especially in map 1 of the 2v2, gave him something to think about. That said, as we saw, SAS, I mean, really unparalleled experience, and that's a mark of an experienced team deathmatch team, is the ability to turn games around and not panic. Especially once you've developed that individual skill, it's almost easy when you jump out to a lead to just front run, but to have to change your strategy or to have to come back from not having the advantage, that's really the mark of experience. And that's something, like I was saying with SOW, whenever they lost that lead, that's something that can really get them over the hump if they practice more and get that down, whether it's backup strategies, whether it's just getting used to the idea of pulling back for a bit and regrouping and catching your breath. That's a big part of taking that next step as a team deathmatch team. Okay, looks like it is up on NYC, so we're gonna jump over to that hub here. Looks like Deck's gonna be our first map. Yo, dog, I heard you like Deck. Actually, they already did that. In 2K4, they put Deck in your deck, so you could deck while you decked. Honestly, a lot of people blame that area for bad performance. I don't think it made that big a difference myself. But I get why they don't want to put it in a more simplified version of the map like this. I know some folks have been working on various kind of slightly more polished versions of this map as well. Curious to see what comes out of some of those projects. But here we go. We are in NYC for the first duel in this last matchup of the day. It's going to be Sassmaster here for SOW, Slay for SAS. Getting us started off on deck. Both players in the service, so should be getting started here shortly. Keeping things rolling right along. going at it for 6.5 hours, so appreciate everyone for hanging out. We still got just about 50 people holding strong. Not a bad start to the season for me in my first cast of the season. Of course, I was out of town last Sunday. We had a short week anyway. Definitely be sure to catch us every Sunday. I think every Sunday except Easter Sunday for the next, 6 weeks or so. We're going to be doing this. And of course, I actually didn't get a chance to talk about it. The Challenger Division really blew up this season. I think they had a lot more signups at the last minute than they expected. Lots of teams getting put together. There's 10 teams in the second Challenger Division. So really, really interesting to watch. Be a lot of teams there developing throughout the season. I'm not sure how things like relegation are going to work for Season 3, but, that will be announced in the future. So very interesting. Definitely keep an eye on that on Saturdays. Players already. Here we go. Countdown. 3, 2, 1. And it's game time, baby. Kinex 5. Next to last duel of the day. We are on the precipice. Sassmaster versus Slay here on deck. Sassmaster pulling out the clutch shock primary. Slay chasing him down with that link alt fire, again knowing that he's weak. Just because, nobody's got any armor this early in the game, so not a bad move. We've seen that happen in Team Deathmatch as well. Definitely works in duel. Sassmaster able to keep him at bay, put himself in position to grab this 100 armor. Always interesting to compare styles on deck depending on kind of what game you started playing in. Ooh, guess is wrong there. Slay gets a shot to his back. Thought he went over to flak for some reason. Must have misheard. So of course in UT99 there were two different schools of thought for how to duel. Some people played with shield belt, some people played without. And if you played duel on this map without belt, you played it completely differently. It was basically one big fight over the deck, or excuse me, over the pit on deck. Not a lot of fighting up top, not a lot of fighting across the map, unless you were chasing down a spawner. Of course, this map, this game, we play with belt, completely changes the complexion and the flow of this map. Makes you run all the way around the map a little bit more. Looking for that spawn kill, you see that Slay going up 1, trying to make it 2, doesn't find him. Like we said though, 2 shock rifles, 2 sniper rifles on this map, you're not going to be able to fully deny a hit scan to your opponent. So it actually kind of changes the feel of the map as well. You can try to deny things like ammo, you can try to control things to a certain extent. Really, I think, other than armor, I think health vials might be the most important thing to control, because you're really not going to keep them off of those weapons. You can maybe try to hold a specific power or a specific weapon pickup to push them away across the map. It's always interesting to see different styles in this map. Some people actually do like to hang out up top. Ooh, big opportunity for combos for both players, both of them backing up, being careful here in the opening moments, not wanting to overcommit. Ooh, Slay almost got stuck there in mid. Dangerous spot, but Sassmaster was not ready, probably because he got chased away from getting hit so many times. Down to 35 HP, couldn't stand in there and risk getting killed trying to knock him off of that belt. So Slay now in commanding position now to try to get another kill here. He knows he's coming around the corner there. Oh, he guesses wrong. Slay almost eats a flak ball, but Sassmaster can't connect. So now we're playing a little bit of peekaboo here. And Slay again guesses wrong. So the 50-50 is going Sassmaster's way so far, staying alive, trying to stack back up. Just not hitting his shots right now. There's a couple coming out from Sassmaster. Standing in there being very, very dangerous. So Sassmaster just daring Slay to jump at him. Ends up getting that kill. If he misses that and Slay hits one more shot, he would have gone down. Now Sassmaster running through here, trying to catch him off the spawn. Again, you see that right off the spawn. So easy to get a shock rifle to defend yourself. Not very easy to get spawn kills on this map unless they're in mid and you happen to be looking right at him. Oh, you see him trying to shoot him off 3 shocks in a row, juggles him off of that shield belt. He did get the grab, however, and the 100 armor to Slay as well. So Sassmaster, not a huge loss in armor on his side, but definitely didn't want to give up 150 to Slay. You see him guessing wrong. A lot of back and forth. Ooh, hide and seek happening this game. Slay's going to try to chase him down with those jump boots. Sassmaster on the run. Slay knows he has a big health and armor advantage. He knows, ooh, Sassmaster has to find some help. But defends himself with a combo very well, actually. So Slay going to be on the run. Jumping right down to that 100, has perfect timing of it. He'll stack right back up and be ready to go. Still 20 seconds till that belt, so this is where you want to soak up some bios. Probably go around the corner to the right there. Yep. And back up to 140. That can make, that's almost like adding another 50 armor. And you see these shock combo setups, these set shots that people are so used to from playing this map so many times. And you see that shock juggle too, disrupting his aim, but the combo from below, knocking him down, trading shots, both players one shot away from death. They both back up to grab armor. Oh, Slay was almost off the edge there. He almost overshot that jump by just a bit, probably crouched for a split second to make sure he didn't fall off that ledge. In any case, both players got some armor in them, trying to get some health in them as well. And we'll probably reconvene here in about 10 seconds or so in mid. Back and forth these two going. Ooh, and some trickeration there by Slay, trying to bait him one way and go the other. Trying to fight him off with the rocket. Nice job pulling out the rockets in the pit there. He still has jump boots, so he can get out of there if he needs to. But sometimes you can bait people over to the edge under the pit there and hit them with a combo. But sometimes that low ground there can actually be useful. Instead, you see Sassmaster going out. Did he grab boots? He did grab boots. Oh, 2, 3 in a row. Slay with the shock juggle, gonna get him a kill and the shield belt. That's a huge turnaround right there. Now he's gonna be chasing him off the spawn. Big combo. Saw him underneath there. Shots coming out from Sassmaster, but Slay with enough health and armor to survive. Puts himself on the board, up by 2 again. So Sassmaster here, still plenty of opportunity to regroup, but definitely wants to try to grab some amount of armor before re-engaging here. You see Slay doing a great job now just controlling all the armor, so a little bit of a lull in the actual combat here. It's all Slay's really doing. He's just pushing him away. He's getting to the armors first, getting to every pickup he wants, and just daring him to come around the corner just like that. Had the 100 armor to his back, so worst came to worst, if he took damage, he could just back up and stock right back up. And this is just Slay running the map. Very consistent. Perfect example of front running in a duel, not really overextending, not allowing Sassmaster to bait him into bad situations, into bad fights and bad engagements. See Slay diving right at him with the link, putting so much pressure on him. He had that flat cannon out, so he could have done a ton of damage if he hit him, but facing off against Link in your face close like that is just so difficult. So we're up to 6-2. Under 3 minutes to go. Definitely not out of it by any means. This map, you can make up multiple kills very quickly, but Slay up to 154 over 90, looking very, very healthy here. See him bouncing, ping-ponging his way. A couple of shots coming out by Sassmaster, who continues to hit some nice peak shots from time to time, but the map control by Slay is really giving him an advantage here. Ooh, another shot by Sassmaster, and another one follows it up, so Sassmaster hitting, I think, 3 or 4 sniper shots in quick succession there, able to take him down, but Slay, of course, right on the ball, grabbing that shield belt off the respawn, getting right in his face. If you want to counter close range hit scan, yeah, Link Gun's going to be a good way to do it. Nice job using the boots to escape, though. Trying to bait him out into a combo, but he knows he has to get across the map and get some health. Looks like he's going to double back. Don't know if that health in the pit's going to be up, though. So now Sassmaster has a couple decisions to make here about where he wants to go next. You see him guessing. You can see in the map in the top, though, Slay was just hanging out in mid the whole time, not really concerned with trying to flank him and take him out. With a 3 frag lead and less than 2 minutes to go, Slay doesn't really need to be hyper aggressive here. Some more shock juggling coming out by Sassmaster. He knows he's done some damage to him, but after grabbing all of the... Ooh, Sassmaster Getting freaky with it right there. You saw him. No boots, no piston, but still getting up to that shield belt. I think a few people in the stream just learned something right now. But as it is, he grabbed that armor. It's going to give him an opportunity to try to stand in here and fight, but will he have a chance to actually close that gap? Slay's going to be running away for his life, really just taking time off the clock at this point. Yeah, so you see 30 seconds left. Sassmaster now not conceding the match by any means, but just having a hard time closing that gap, and it's tough when you're down 3 with under a minute to go and your opponent wants to keep you at bay. This is a big enough map. You can really kind of force that issue, and by force the issue, I mean just, you know, sit back, throw spam down the hallways. I mean, you see, you kind of have to play Ring Around the Rosie here, and this is a map you can definitely do that on. So time just going to run out for Sassmaster. Slay just really, really solid, consistent play this map. Nothing super high risk. Nothing super, you know, no super crazy, spectacular frags or anything. Just very, very solid control of the map. You see him up 7-1 in the shield belts. Actually, Sassmaster did significantly more damage overall, but Slay, again, just completely in control of the whole map. So up 1-0, they're going to move this one to a European hub, and that's going to give Slay a pretty big ping advantage. Should see this popping up quickly and in here shortly. All right, map 2 going to be a race. Most of that game on deck was basically Sassmaster trying to force Slay to make a mistake, and it just didn't feel like Slay did that. He wasn't shooting 1000% sniper, he wasn't hitting headshots, he wasn't doing anything super flashy, but just playing very, very consistent and just not giving an inch. So very, very consistent play there by Slay. That's the kind of game that 56K players would play back in the day when they were playing against broadband players. Not relying on crazy Twitch aim or anything, just putting themselves in the right position at all times. All right, here is the countdown, 3, 2, 1, and it's game time, baby. Connex 5 here with Slay versus Sassmaster, map 2. This is the next to last duel of the day. We just saw Slay running things on deck, really just so consistent. And Sassmaster, not a bad game on this part, but just couldn't quite crack through. So we'll see what he can do on this one. I do think this is a map that Sassmaster maybe has a little bit more ability to force the issue, although you'll see that ping differential definitely not going to do him any favors. So combos around the corner by Slay, really just, you know, clearing out a path for himself. Sassmaster with the fall-away sniper, and that's something actually that I think Sassmaster might be able to fall back on a little bit on this map, is if he can hit some of those peak sniper shots. Slay has been standing in there for those. Whenever Slay has less than 70 health, if he knows Sassmaster's weak, he's been standing in there trying to hit him with shot after shot. Sassmaster can hit 2 in a row from time to time. He might be able to sneak in a kill that maybe Slay isn't expecting. That said, I mean, they trade sniper shots there, but that extra armor that Slay has really gonna give him a huge advantage here. Sassmaster trying to catch him doubling back, but relentless with the link chase down. Also spawning near the 100 armor, but Slay going straight over there. And there's one sniper shot. There's another. Again, if Sassmaster can hit a couple back-to-back sniper shots here or there, I think he can surprise Slay. Slay's been very aggressive even when he doesn't have very high health. Ooh, nice combo around the corner there. Just hearing him come. Oh, almost ate that rocket. But as it is 3-0 lead, gonna make it 4-0 with that Link chase down. So difficult, especially when there's a ping discrepancy. I mean, Link up close, we saw how effective it can be. But especially when you got a ping advantage, it's pretty brutal. So that's gonna be on Sassmaster to see that coming and to start throwing rockets around, maybe throw some combos. He needs to start, and if he can anticipate which way Slay is gonna attack him, you know, maybe we can help, maybe he can see something happen there. You see these two, again, a little bit of peekaboo across the map. Slay, though, as the whole duel, or this whole matchup has gone, always has his back to the right power. So they're just standing in between Sassmaster and the belt. So even if he takes damage, he can just back right up into it. There's the headshot for the killing spree. Slay just on a roll now. Watching Slay on the hunt, trying to wrap this one up. If he can take this map, SAS will remain undefeated, and they still have one more duel for the day. Just really stocking up their points right now. Trying to start the season off similar to how they started season 1. Ooh, flak to the face though. So Sassmaster not giving up here, getting some damage down range, but again, Slay just in such great position. Oh, and another headshot. So Slay right now playing the kind of game where you could outdamage him by 500 and still lose. And in fact, look at that. Sassmaster outdamaging Slay by almost, probably about 50 or so. But still a 6-0 game. So that's just really a testament to Slay. Fundamentals, I think, is the word we're looking for here. So if you talk to some of the old school players, I mean, you know, going off on a tangent a little bit, but guys like Thresh, I mean, when Thresh was at his peak, he was playing 56k against broadband players, and his whole philosophy was, if you're relying on your reflexes and your twitch aim, you've already made a mistake. Slay's really showcasing that style today here. Not that he's not hitting shots, but Sassmaster by all means is at least hanging with him when it comes to fragging and aiming ability. And Slay just has every advantage for every fight. Like, playing very, very sound fundamentally. Kind of a textbook example of how to play duel. He's not relying on himself hitting a majority of shots, and he's not relying on his opponent missing shots. Because Sassmaster, for all intents and purposes, is shooting very well this game. We see them just kind of smacking their balls against each other. You know, no big deal. Guys do that sometimes. But Slay comes out on top. We're going to check it out from Sassmaster's perspective. We've been watching Slay run on the map. And you can see just trying to find a spot, right? Picking his spots, trying to get a couple peak sniper shots here or there. And Slay just follows them up with the shock and then the rocket in midair. Smacks him right down. And Sassmaster just really can't buy an inch of this map. Nowhere to go. And Slay chasing him down. So when Slay is getting these kills and he has, you know, 50 to 75, maybe even 100 armor, he's just diving straight at the spawn with the Link gun, just daring Sassmaster to hit some big shots. And there you go, 3 snipers in a row. And that's the kind of thing Sassmaster's going to have to rely on. Unfortunately, that's a very difficult thing, especially with the high ping that he's playing with. And you can see the trouble Sassmaster's having here. He's kind of almost like moping back to that 100 armor. He's conceding that he just doesn't have an angle, and so he's backing up, you know, grabbing items, getting a couple peek shots here or there. By all means, making progress, or making what most people would consider progress in a duel. And then you look at the scoreboard, and Slay's still got 120 health, over 45 armor. He's got positioning, just giving Sassmaster absolutely no opportunities here to make anything happen. And there's the Rampage. Slay's still at 100 health. Gonna go after the spawn kill. Probably gonna pull out the Link. You see that's so consistent. Like, tried to get the instant kill off the combo, or in that case a rocket. Once it missed, went straight to the Link gun. Again, knowing he had the health and armor advantage, could just dive right at him and melt him down to butter. Spread it all over his roll and keep rolling. So under 2 minutes to go. We're gonna take a quick look at the scoreboard, but this one gonna look about as you'd expect. As I've described, I mean, you look at that, Sassmaster out damaging him by 300. Like I say, Sassmaster not being outshot here, not playing poorly, but Slay just on top of the whole map, controlling everything. With Sassmaster on the board, a couple quick kills in a row there. I'm going to follow him just to see what he can do. I mean, probably going to run out of time overall, but 12-3 now, making something happen, trying to be hyper aggressive. Ooh, he's getting snuck up on from behind. Slay took the other path to his right instead of going towards the 100 armor. Probably a smart move just to keep some space between him and Sassmaster. Oh, eats some goo. And you see the goo chasing him down to 9 HP. So Sassmaster there had a pretty decent position, and again, Slay just finds a way to get away and give himself an advantage. Oh, and there's that combo. Great prediction so far by Slay as well. This whole matchup. Ooh, and there's that combo from up top, down to 14-3 lead. Slay grabs that shield belt, and he's going to be rolling. We've got the zoom bug, so let's switch over to Sassmaster so we're not at 40 FOV. So rockets raining down from up top, but it is going to be all Slay in this one. Sassmaster had one run that he was able to make, and just no opportunities. Slay giving him absolutely nothing to work with. So what can you say? Textbook duel match there by Slay. Looking very, very solid. Getting out damaged and still winning. I mean, that's the mark of real good fundamental dueling right there. And that brings us to our last matchup of the day. Kane274 versus Snatch. They'll be playing on XXX, followed by XXX, and then XSX. Keeping an eye out for that server to go up. Not sure if they're going to be playing on Phoenix, Germany or London Hub. Either way, should be getting this one kicked off shortly and finishing this day off almost at 2 o'clock, so almost to hour 7 for this stream. Actually, probably about hour 7 if you count the warm-up. So appreciate everyone that's been hanging out all day with us. Appreciate anyone that's watching this VOD after the fact. Still holding a strong, consistent viewership. So again, thanks to everyone. Thanks to the folks that have added, subs and follows and everything. Of course, don't forget to throw some love towards the Raise Your Edge Gaming social media. You see that in their Twitch page and their Twitch profile, and I believe there's a bot command for it too. Fragam can help me out with that one. Again, props to RYE for sponsoring another season of UTPL. You want them to keep this up. You want to see more sponsorship, maybe some more money, maybe more teams joining in, right? Make things bigger and bigger. Need those eyeballs, need that activity. You need players and viewers. That's what you need to make this run, first and foremost. So yeah, follow social media, watch the VODs, get your friends to watch the matches. More eyeballs is more opportunity. Keep things growing. And in case anyone here is unaware, yeah, you can go to UTProLeague.com. That'll have all of the information there, alongside all their social media stuff. You can check out the teams, you can check out their rosters, their rankings, all of that. As Fragem said, they're actually working on an even fancier pants version of the website. I do see a duel game up from Kane274, so let's jump in that. Looks like we are on deck for map 1. Not sure what the others will be. They're not announced on the site yet. I think they just did map picks after the fact, a little late here, but it'll be a surprise. It's like a piñata of duel maps. Seeing deck coming out yet again. SAS definitely familiar with this map. Not only just being experienced old school players, but they played it a ton already today. And I must say, Kane, probably the player that I'm least familiar with on SOW's roster, so very interested to see how he does here. Snatch, of course, is going to be a tall task for anyone to take down in duel. It looks like both players are ready, so we will be kicking off here shortly. All right, players are ready. Here's your countdown. 3, 2, 1, and it's game time, baby. Connex 5 here with our last duel of the day. Snatch versus Kane. We're going to be on deck for map 1. Kane grabbing some vials early, trying to chase him down with that stinger. That's a smart move. We've seen many players do that at the beginning of their duel matches, knowing that the other player is going to have no armor, chasing him down with a stinger, maybe Link. Ooh, nice crafty move there by Kane. Knew he was waiting from the other side. Just trying to push him away now, zone him out with those shock combo or shock balls. And you see him spamming him, just giving Snatch no opportunity to jump in there. That's the defensive move. So Kane having low health there, didn't want to get caught out, didn't want to give Snatch any opportunities. You see him guessing he's going to go for a shock rifle, throwing rockets back and forth. Ooh, almost had him with a combo there. Gets him with a primary. Snatch going to be a little bit on the run, but still back up to 100 health after grabbing those health bubbles. Oh, and Kane guesses wrong. Snatch goes right instead of left. Got an opportunity for a shot to his back, but couldn't finish him off. Oh, and Snatch with the juggle. Kane left himself open just a couple seconds too long. Snatch just like that takes the, well, I guess takes the lead right back. Takes the tie right back and evens things out. More importantly, though, grabs himself a shield out so he can follow that up and be aggressive and try to take the lead. You see both players trying to be a little bit cagey here. When you're crouch walking, you're not going to make noise, so neither player is hearing each other's footsteps. Snatch just going to grab that sniper rifle, perfectly happy to go back, snatch up some vials, maybe go back and grab that 100 armor, trying to cut Kane off. Kane already has a shock rifle, though, so he doesn't have to go that direction. Ooh, 2 more in a... Oh, and an anti-combo. Snatch right now feeling himself another shock primary. That was a ton of damage output by Snatch. Just so consistent with his aim right now. Nice combo there around that corner. That's not an easy angle to hit a combo, honestly. More shock primaries, just bullying Kane around the map. What the, look with the falling angled shot. Ooh, he slips into the jello. And Kane, oh, Kane tries to steal. Doesn't make it happen and actually gets the kill on Snatch. So one of the stranger exchanges we've seen. Kane falls into the drink, missing the belt. Snatch makes him pay, sort of, and then Kane answers with Stinger from the goo, kills him. And right now, Snatch chasing him down, knew he was pretty weak after that whole fight. Able to take a 2-frag lead, so kind of a weird exchange there, but we end up with a 4-2 match. And Snatch gonna be actually not looking super healthy. Neither player has armor, so I'll be surprised to see Snatch chase him down against a shock rifle. Oh, now he's gonna pull out Link and get in his face, and that's a smart move by Snatch. Barely survives with 10 HP. An Enforcer will kill him. He's gotta be careful turning these corners. Kane's got a sniper rifle, but he's also got an Enforcer that would have taken him out in one shot. Nice jumping shock primaries there. Kane's gonna be up in his grill. He heard him jump up there. Kane being hyper aggressive here. Ooh, with the extra armor and another anti-combo. And the finishing shot right there. Kane getting a bit unlucky. Taking tons of damage from anti-combos. But that is something that you get whenever you are on a shock-heavy map and you're relying on shock primary a lot. You will occasionally shoot your opponent's shock ball and get that damage in their face. Snatch has benefited from that a couple of times, but really, you see the patience here. He knows exactly where he is, just listening for him to make a move. Kane's trying to sneak his way over to that shock ball, or shock primary, sorry, shock rifle pickup. But the shock ball comes over the knocks him back, and Snatch's gonna be on the run, trying to cut him off, but Kane doubles back around, able to get himself some health. Probably a smart move, but really not gaining any advantage here, just trying to survive. There are some vials he can sneak around and try to grab. You see Snatch just taking shots at him, and there's the combo. Super patient, looking for him off the spawn, doesn't get the lift spawn, doesn't get the sniper spawn. That will give Snatch the ability to take that 100 armor. Puts his way over to shield belt, he sees it up. He's already got 150 armor, so what he's gonna do is bait Kane out. He knows he can fall back to that belt if he takes any damage, so he's basically going to use that to heal back up. Ooh, Kane knocks him off it, but not able to make that jump. If Kane makes a dodge jump there, he might be able to protect himself with the flakball and grab the belt. He does grab it now after baiting Snatch up top, so a pretty nice move there by Kane to take control of that belt. Oh, but the combo waiting for him, erasing that armor. Kane does grab the 100 armor, but taking consistent damage from Snatch. Oh, nice flak ball there. So Kane now with an opportunity here to perhaps get another kill on the board. Snatch going to be on the run. Kane's chasing him down, trying to cut him off, but just not guessing correctly. And you got to be careful here. You don't want to dive into a flak ball or rocket yourself. Oh, and can't hit that last clutch shot. Snatch with the pressure from the link gun. No health bubbles up though, so he has to be careful here. If Kane can chase him down and get into an engagement that Snatch does not want, but health comes up. Snatch is going to be in decent position here. And a 6-frag lead with 4 minutes to go. Certainly not going to be a comfortable lead for anyone, but Snatch can be a little bit more methodical here. Definitely doesn't need to take any engagements he doesn't want. Oh, off the spawn, there's 2 primaries in a row. Oh, the falling headshot just decapitates him in midair. Flying rocket, so right now Snatch kind of putting on a clinic. Oh, Kane tries to piston up to the shield belt, miscalculates. Snatch returns the favor by jumping into the goo. So Snatch does survive, but only 36 HP. We've seen a couple of wacky engagements already around that pit area. I don't think Kane knows that that belt is still up. I'm sure he presumes Snatch grabbed it. Definitely didn't presume that he would fall into the pit. So kind of a weird trade there. In any case, it ends up with Snatch being up 10-1. At least Kane is still on the board. Like we said before, you don't want to end up in the negatives or even a 0 after killing yourself. So we are now under that 3-minute mark. Not a lot to really say at this point watching Snatch run this map. He's really just playing methodically, just out-aiming at this point. I mean, he's just so comfortable with that shock primary, knocking Kane down, taking him out of the Jello mold. And there's the concession, 12-2, really all Snatch this one. You can see the shield belts going his way, the damage all one-sided. And Snatch one map away from finishing things up strong. SAS, another potentially 5-point performance this week to keep themselves on top of the leaderboard. So this will be exciting. We don't know what the next map will be, or the last map for that matter. Leah, first time we've seen Leah today. I was actually kind of curious to see if people had fallen out of favor, or if it snuck off the map list and I didn't realize. First Leah of the day. And it'll be interesting to see how this one goes, because this is kind of the exact opposite of Deck as far as gameplay styles. This is one where you can really close that gap. It's not wide open. You can deny weapons very effectively. So we'll see how this one goes compared to Deck. Here's the countdown, 3, 2, 1, and it's game time, baby. Connex 5 here. One map away for Snatch of continuing a perfect run in this league. Kane trying to take a map here and force a third one to tiebreak. As it is, Snatch is gonna fire some long-range sniper, not really gonna hit much. Big damage though from the combo. Kane's gonna be on the run, firing flak all around. Oh, almost an opportunity there to shoot Snatch in the back. Snatch though not able to capitalize himself. Both players taking huge damage early on, but no kills yet. Snatch wants to charge him with that link gun, but he only has 43 health. You see him backing up, grabbing those vials. Just waiting for his chance to ambush him. Oh, and the mid-air headshot from Snatch. You gotta be careful taking those lift jumps. You are so vulnerable. Oh, there's a big shot. Trying to anticipate his jump up there, but nice move to be a little bit less predictable. Kane trying to get away here. Gets back up to 100 health. Actually has a health advantage over Snatch, but Snatch with that big armor stack can allow him to just dive at him, force the issue with that link gun, and really turn him away. Not even necessarily chasing him down for the kill. Just making him think twice about contesting him. 100 armor will come up. Oh, and you see him diving in his face, just ambushing him with that link, whittling him down attack after attack. We're seeing some very patient play by Snatch here. Ooh, missing the lift jump up to belt, but still has plenty of time to back up and go around the corner. We'll see if Kane is able to get maybe some charged rockets or something onto him. We got belt spawning in 5 seconds and 100 armor 10 seconds after that, so Snatch can actually go from one to the other pretty easily if he wants to. See him grabbing the 150, grabbing the 50 armor, gonna circle around. Can't get to the 100 quite in time. He does put a rocket down on him. So Kane takes damage after grabbing that 100. You see that link gun gonna lock him down from behind. Snatch has been so good about just ambushing him, sneaking up on him from behind. It's so hard to defend Link whenever you're not even facing that player. Smart move by Kane, backing up into that health. Still pulling out the Stinger, taking him down to 50 HP, but unfortunately for him, that armor is gonna be spawning in 2 seconds, and Snatch may have a clean grab of it. Oh, he actually falls down, so Kane, you can get a big shot here, can take him out. Oh, and the pressure, you see that Link up close, making it so difficult to hit those shock primaries. So Snatch there really was at a disadvantage, probably shouldn't have survived that fight, but that Link up close against shock primary, just so difficult. Oh, there's the shot, the midair, answers back. You saw Snatch get him out of midair with the lift jump earlier with the headshot. Kane answers back with that one. 4 shots in a row from the shock as well. Snatch just turning it on right now, answering back, and there's that link gun finisher. Ooh, almost eats a flak, and so Kane a little bit better prepared this time. Flak and rockets will both counter a close-range Link pretty effectively. And I like what Kane was doing there. He anticipated the chase down and threw a flak ball at him. Snatch didn't take full damage, but it did turn him away a bit, so that might be something Kane can learn from. So Snatch, you see what he's doing there, making sure to always circle around and pick up those vials. There's a sneaky amount of vials on this map, not unlike Deck actually. If you circle back around and make sure every spawn to pick up all those vials, you'll actually get a pretty significant health advantage very consistently throughout the map. Some mid-air juggling. Oh, and then mid-air makes him pay again for taking that jump pads. The jump pad or the link or the lift jumps, just anytime you're in mid-air in this map, you're so vulnerable. Ooh, I think he anti-comboed himself there. Exploding his opponent's shock ball. Doesn't matter. He follows them up with that link gun, chasing him down and getting that kill. So Snatch still firmly in control. And he's just been in a rhythm, has Snatch. Ooh, just dodging that flex. So you see what Kane's doing? I kind of like the idea. I think if Kane wants to have a chance against Snatch, trying to beat him at that shock rifle game isn't going to work out so well because he's going to get caught with that link in his face. Pulling out the flak and the rockets. Try to push Snatch away, maybe whittle him down with some spam. That might be a better alternative because Snatch has just been damaging him from a distance and then closing that gap with Link and melting him. And, you know, shock and sniper are very difficult to use against that situation. So that's just shooting pretty well. 47% flak is pretty huge, but, you know, it's not like he's shooting a bazillion percent shock primary or anything. He's shooting 43%, which is actually very good. But more than anything, I think Snatch's positioning has really been key here. I mean, look at that damage from the Lincoln. He just locks onto him and melts him. Up to a 9 frag lead now. And Snatch just cruising at this point. More killer Link by Snatch, really highlighting its use. And I mean, you look at this, it's actually not a Link advantage, or excuse me, not a ping advantage at all for Snatch. I will point out, though, Kane doing a decent amount of damage. I mean, he's being out-damaged, but like what we saw in Slaves match, you can actually be out-damaged. And if you put yourself in good position and you play good fundamentals, you can be out-damaged and still win by 10 frags. Oh, nice rocket. Explodes him into the ceiling, falls down and craters. One of my favorite frags of the day right there. And that's going to be the concession. The lift, jump, rocket, bonk off the ceiling to crater combination. That's a classic frag video kill if I've ever seen one. So that's going to be your concession. SAS going to run through. Perfect yet again. For the second week in a row, so it's going to give themselves 10 points and the first place standings in the leaderboard. But again, not every team has played the same number of matches, so we'll take a quick look at it just to get you up to date. I think they still need to update these rankings, but yeah, this is not going to include the matches from today, but in any case, Saints and Sinners definitely going to be number 1 up top. We saw BRD grab themselves, I want to say 8 points. So, you know, some shifting around here. And again, lots of teams with